What if I told you the man behind one of India's most successful investing frameworks almost gave up because of his handwriting? This is the story of Raamdeo Agrawal, how a farmer's son from rural Chhattisgarh built a mental model that reshaped Indian investing. This isn't just about stocks, it's about principles, persistence, and knowing what really matters. Let's decode the QGLP framework and the philosophy behind the man who built it. Raamdeo's journey began in a remote village near Raipur, with no electricity or proper roads. Schooling was inconsistent, yet he stood out in math and languages. His life changed in 5th grade when he moved to Raipur, and finally experienced structured education. But the biggest test was CA. He failed multiple times, not because he wasn't smart, but because of handwriting and time management. Yet he persisted, driven by one thing: the fear of going back to farming. The fear of going back to the village acted as punishment, he recalls. Everything changed in 1994. Raamdeo discovered Warren Buffett's letters and began waking up at 5 a.m. to study them. Soon he realized that understanding was compounding, so in 1996, he launched his own wealth creation studies. Each report reflected his annual learning like a diary of insights. By 2014, this wisdom became the QGLP framework: quality, growth, longevity, and price. Whenever I evaluate a company, I don't begin with the price, he says. First comes business and management. Stock selection begins with understanding the business, its model, profitability, and durability. Then he asks tough questions about management. Are they competent, ethical, visionary? Only then does price enter the discussion. He learned this the hard way. Once he was lured by a mango drink company's high growth and ROE. But the promoter was running 2 sets of books. I was seduced by the numbers, he admits. In the 1990s, Raamdeo held 225 stocks, mostly from chaos. But inspired by Buffett and Munger, he cleaned it down to 15. That focused portfolio doubled. Since then, he believes in deep conviction over wide exposure. We deeply understand every position, he says. Diversification without clarity is what he calls diversification. Most think risk is when a stock falls from Rs 100 to Rs 60, but Agrawal calls that volatility. Real risk is misjudging integrity or business fundamentals. That same mango drink stock didn't just fall, it collapsed because of governance failure. We had full access, but were completely blindsided. This is why QGLP's real power is not in spotting value, but avoiding disaster. What gives Raamdeo the edge? Not IQ, but behavior. He journals lessons yearly. He's obsessed with learning, up at 5 a.m., dissecting Buffett's philosophy. Even his wife helped cut down the portfolio, because discipline thrives with support. The fear of failure never left me, he says, and that's why he always shows up, rain or shine. The QGLP framework isn't bulletproof. That mango drink case checked every box, on paper. But Raamdeo ignored soft warnings. Numbers misled. Promoter whispers were dismissed. The Rs 100 crore loss didn't hurt him, it shamed him, because mutual fund investors trusted him. This mistake taught him that integrity trumps every metric. Tech is fast, platforms scale fast. But Agrawal says QGLP still works, if you adapt it. In digital businesses, quality means network effects. Growth is not GMV but profits. He's cautious about valuations but open to change. The framework evolves, the discipline doesn't. Price comes last. My CA degree is my greatest asset. The upside can be infinite. Buffett's 2007 letter, pages 6 and 7 are gold. Each quote is a compass. Each quote is earned. Start with the business, not the price. Integrity over ROE. Focus. Don't diversify blindly. Volatility isn't risk. Build your own framework. Learn like it's your job. Don't fall for macro stories. Accept losses. Learn from them. Be patient. Invest in yourself first. If you found value in this, pass it on. Share it with someone who wants to build, not just a portfolio, but a philosophy, because wealth is built beyond numbers.